Seth, guys always talk about just how intense these training camps are for the Panthers. They credit a lot of their success to these camps. You guys, we'll get to that in a couple of days here. Just what have you heard about Cats camp and how much you said they kind of go through a full camp here with the Cats for the first time?
Yeah, definitely excited. I've heard it's pretty difficult the first 4 days. I'm kind of used to a tough camp I had towards, back in the day when the PA wasn't too involved in camp. So we were doing, 2-a-days and things like that. But I'm excited to kind of get back to that and be pushed there for the first few days of camp.
And obviously you already acclimated for everything last year. But will it mean something to kind of start from day one here with the team this year?
Definitely. I think I came in, obviously you're just kind of get right into the mix of things when you come at the deadline and do your best to get acclimated with the team and things like that. But even, I was here all summer, did training here all summer with a few guys. And then even pre-camp here, I can just feel myself a little bit more comfortable around everybody. It feels like I've been here for a lot of years. So I'm happy that everyone's kind of back and the skates have been pretty good the last few weeks.
Seth, kind of along those lines, you mentioned last year when you were required at the trade deadline, you obviously took on a ton of responsibility, a ton of minutes right away. When you look back at last year, can you kind of pinpoint maybe like a turning point where you started to really feel comfortable with the system and kind of know specifically your role with this team?
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint really one game. I feel like right when I got here, it was definitely an adjustment. Just coming from a system where the D stand the dots, the forwards track, the D kind of give ice a little bit more in the teams I've been in prior years. So that was an adjustment, just watching video every day with Sly and the coaching staff and trying to really, it was more mental than actually physical. Just being able to trust everyone around you and, this is my guy. I'm going to stop him and not worry about anything else. So that was the biggest hurdle. I feel like once the playoffs hit, I don't know what happened, but I think I started to just trust myself in that situation a little bit more. And as the playoffs went on, I felt just more and more comfortable every single day, every single game. So, I obviously want to be a big part of the team, but at the same time, we have a lot of great players here, and just want to do my role to the best I can, and however many minutes that is, just try to be perfect in that role.
Seth, for you, it was probably shortest offseason you've had. Just what adjustment did you make to your offseason routine with such little time compared to what you probably had in the past?
Yeah, when you don't make the playoffs, your offseason is almost 5 months, so it's a whole lot different. Your training plan is a whole lot different. So I think coming into this summer, there's not much time to really get bigger and stronger. You really have to focus on endurance the most of the summer, just kind of staying in that game shape from what you left in late June. So had a great plan with the trainers here. I enjoyed my time here this summer. But really the last few weeks started skating pretty hard. But a lot of it was off the ice, quickness, agility, just keeping the feet moving, just staying explosive.
Yeah, you had a play last year, I remember, game 7, I think it was one game 7, I'm not sure, where you didn't touch the puck, and it went, and you got to play outside, right, by not touch the puck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall that, and what was
Yep.
the mind in that? I mean, everything's happening so fast, and I know the game looks slower to you guys than it does to us watching it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's such a critical moment, such a heads-up play. Like, how do you process all that information in that short span of time?
Yeah, it's just, I think it's just the awareness of the game. You're just kind of in it. You're not thinking about little things like that within the game. And I think there's a lot of plays that happen in a game where it's just instinct and it's just boom, boom. Whether you're making a kind of a blind play to the middle based off instinct or based off someone talking to you. But that play, I remember Gage tried to finish his check on Tavares, and I ended up jumping that pass off. And I just remember looking over, and it was tight. I mean, I still don't even know to this day how it was pretty close. We're talking inches, so just tried to hope for the best there and slow myself down as much as I could. But he did a great job of trying to create the contact and then getting back as fast as he could, and that's what really made the goal.
Did you have a pretty good time Saturday night?
I did. That was awesome. Yeah, that was a great game. We went on the field before the game. It was raining out. That was a pretty cool experience at that game. And they came out with a big win. Got a little scary at the end, but they did it.
You're a Texas guy. You grew up a college football fan?
A little bit. Definitely more NFL. Cowboys, unfortunately. I'm not proud to say it. But, yeah, so not too much college football growing up, but mainly NFL.
Have you thought much about what Thursday night will feel like?
I haven't really thought about it, no. Just, it's obviously going to be an awesome experience for the first time. A lot of the guys, it'll be their second time. But I think it'll be, sort of the closing of that season, so to speak, maybe, and trying to turn the page to this season. And I think one thing I've noticed about this team, even, here before campus started, it's, this is obviously the second one, so they're used to it, but at the same time, they understand the process that it takes, and it starts right away in camp, and you can't continue to celebrate something that happened last year. So it's going to be a great night for family, friends, wives, kids, and a lot of that thing, and for the organization as a whole. But I think everyone's kind of looking forward to getting the new season started as well, and turning the page on that.
How important is that mindset, and that you're not trying to win a third in a row, in their case, a second in a row, but you're trying to win the extra stuff?
Yeah, I mean, playoffs don't start, right now. There's definitely a process, and nothing's earned. You got to earn your way into that playoff spot every single night. And I think since I've been here, I think a lot of the guys understand, and the coaching staff understands that it's not just given to you, just because of what we've done the last couple of years. So the process is something that has to be cherished, and I think the guys in here do.
Seth, you got to spend a few days up in Michigan with the Olympic orientation camp. Just what did it mean to get the invite and to know that the prospect of potentially making Team USA for the Olympics, just what does that mean to you? Yeah,
it means a lot. I think probably 6 or 7 months ago, my name probably wasn't in there. I'm grateful that I came to a situation where I could, my game could really open back up and, try to play to the best of my ability. And so I'm happy that my name is kind of in that list, in that long list at the moment. And I think it's up to me to play. Obviously, I want to play a great team game, but play to the best of my ability to try to make that team. It's a major honor to be a part of the Olympics and Team USA. And every time I put it on, growing up and in the past, it's been an amazing experience. So, hopefully, I get a chance to do that again.
When you were growing up, how much did what you obviously get a memory of it because you're not old like us, but how much does the 1980 team, when you grow up playing hockey in this country, especially at a level like yours, how big of a story is that? How big of an inspiration is what those kids were?
Yeah, I think especially as an American kid, but as a hockey kid in general, I think everyone's seen Miracle more than once, the movie, and so it's an extremely inspirational movie. The way that, and it wasn't even NHLers at that point, so they were even faced with a bigger task than what the current players face now, and the level of competition they were faced against. So that's obviously a huge inspiration to American kids. And the dream of playing in the Olympics and winning the Olympics. And, gold medal is something that, can't be replicated, and everyone wants to win it.
What kind of challenge does that represent for you guys this season, the Olympics? 10, 12 guys from this Panther team are going to be playing for 2-3 weeks, whenever a lot of other teams are just resting. And, with all the games this team's played, now you've got Olympics in there. I mean, how do you guys kind of approach that or look at that?
I think it's going to be pretty similar. I wasn't here, but I think it'll be pretty similar to last year when the Four Nations happened. I know it'll be more games this year. What was Four Nations? 4 games maybe? Yeah. And this could be potentially 7 or 8, I think, at the Olympics if you go gold medal. So a few more games, a little bit more time. But one thing that I know this team prioritizes is just being here in the second half of the season last year and how many games they played up to that point. It's rest on off days. It's getting what you need. It's being physically and mentally prepared each day. And it's really on a get what you need basis. If you're tired one day, do the things necessary to make sure you're ready to play the game. And so I think we prioritize health, we prioritize endurance here, and I don't see that changing.
Anton, every year Paul says you get better in a specific area, and obviously you're still a young guy. The numbers get bigger every year. Going into this year, obviously you've already accomplished so much, but what is maybe 1 or 2 things you want to focus on this year?
I think for me, it's just, I want to, prove that I can take the next step, and with that, obviously, try to, work on my details, get better every day, but at the same time, be a little bit better in everything during the game, try to be, more producive, help the team that way as well. But I don't want to lose anything from my game, but I also want to add some things to my game and, just try to grow and be an even bigger piece of the team.
And obviously, we don't know what the lines are going to look like, but if that third line does stay together, what would it mean to have kind of maybe a full season with Brad, and kind of what did he bring out in you and Lucy, maybe that made you better players?
Well, I think he brought a lot. He brought a lot to us, and he brought a lot to the team. We all saw what happened on the ice, but he was a big leader of the ice as well in the locker room, and you can see why he's been a captain before, and that just his personality. He's a leader, and I think he was able to help me and Lucy a lot, but I'm sure he helped like literally everybody in our team as well.
I got a question for Forrest. Just a little bit about your defensive core. Every year you guys maybe replace one guy, but for the most part you guys have all been together. How helpful is that everybody's pretty much back and the one addition is a veteran guy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that helps the guy coming in. He can just see and talk with everyone, and I think the first couple of games here, it's going to be great for us and get the new guys going. And I think that every year, I think, like you said, we get one or two guys in, and they fit perfectly in our system.
And for you personally, with that glad back, what is this, your fourth year playing together? Whatever, I don't know whatever the number is, but that continuity, just having the same partner.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, I'm super excited and happy that he's staying here. I was very happy when I saw him staying and signing that long deal. And so I can't wait to keep playing with him.
Anton, just what do you think of going to the Hurricanes game on Saturday night? What was that environment like?
No, I think it was super cool. It's been something I wanted to go for a long time, but obviously we have a busy schedule as well. But finally we were able to make it down there, and it was awesome. It was my first college game, and won't be the last one.
Was it surprising? I mean, obviously, it's a very American thing, like, a college football game, like, to see that huge crowd and everyone's so excited and everything, even though it's pouring rain and everything. What did you think of all that?
I mean, I got surprised how big, college football is here. I knew it's big, but seeing it, you really respect it even more, and I'm happy they have something that cool down here, and we love to support our teams in the area, and I really hope they have a good year.
Seeing you wear a UM shirt, over the summer we saw you wearing a Miami Hurricane shirt. I mean, are these gifts? You just buy them or something? Can you talk a little bit about being a Miami Hurricanes fan and where that came from?
I mean, it just, came natural. I came here as a young guy, and I know even the team has some connections with, University of Miami with, I don't even know, but something, students or, but I always liked their colors, and as I said, they're a big team in our area, so I love to support different sports, and that's how I bought a couple Miami t-shirts, and now I was finally able to go to the game.
Just good
I didn't like Saturday night at all.
Oh, we loved it.
Did you obviously you saw Chucky on game day? What do you think of him on the big screen like that?
No, that was cool. Same thing. I didn't know how big of a show that is, and somebody said he was the first hockey player to be on a show. So I think that's super cool, and it's also awesome to see how much people love the Cats, love the Panthers, and supports us in the community and in the city as well.
For both of you guys won cups back-to-back years. You guys are both in formations. I know the goal was focusing on what's happening with the team, but February with the Olympics, just what's the excitement level knowing that you guys are going to finally have that opportunity? What does it mean to know that that's right around the corner?
Yeah, that would be super cool to represent your country there, and just the Olympics growing up. I remember watching it, and so that would be a dream.
Yeah, I mean, literally the same answer. It's something you always dreamed of, and it felt bigger than a dream. It's the Olympics and the biggest stage you can play in for your country. So it would be a big thing for sure.
Last year, you guys had a bunch of guys at the Four Nations. Do you think that this year with the big long break and as many players as you guys are going to have, will that help you guys? Because you kind of went through it last year, that long break, and not really getting time off like other teams might have.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good playing hockey and keeping busy, but I think we're going to have some time off too, and I think, I don't know the schedule, but I would assume we're getting our rest there too. It's not going to just be games all the time, so it would be cool.
Gustav, Western Parade, Chucky reminded us all that a double champ can do whatever he wants, and then he said, "No, I want to bring up the best defenseman in the NHL." What did that moment mean to you?
I don't know. It was very cool. The whole parade thing was unbelievable, and I honestly enjoyed it a little bit more even this year, I think. So it was very cool.
You guys have both been through one ring night already, but I know there's camp to get through and there's things you are going to do before ring night. But what will going through it again? How much are you looking forward to what that moment means? Just when you have family and friends and the organization and Mr. Viola and Mrs. Viola and all those wonderful people there, what does that mean?
I think it means a lot. Obviously, I'm super excited to see how the ring is going to look this year, but it's just one of those nights you kind of look back what you actually achieved as a team and as an organization, and as a city as well here. So it's a lot of hours, a lot of sweat, a lot of blood and tears put in, and you're able to achieve something that we did. It's going to be a special night.
Gustav, people always talk about obviously your conditioning and win the most fit most years. 3 years in a row now, these short summers. Does it even feel weird anymore, or is this just kind of a new routine you've adapted? And I think Paul was talking the other day, if there's a long off season, you dip down, you have to snap back into game shape. Is it nice kind of also never really getting out of game shape? Is that kind of a benefit?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I love working out all the time, so I never really take too much time off. But I think it's a perfect amount of time off, to be honest, because you can build up your physique again, lift a little more different in the summer when you don't have to play games, and you can go a little harder and try to gain some more muscle back on again, because we lose a lot of muscle during the season because we can't really work out how you want to when you have so many games. So I think we get a good amount of time to rebuild anything, and especially now with one extra week before camp. Camp starts Thursday now, so we even got 1 week extra to work in the gym and a little bit on the ice here. So I think it's been great.
And Paul talked about that. Obviously, you still have to go through the hard camp here coming up. But how beneficial was this week to kind of just do your own thing? Obviously, you guys are the captain's case, but you get your own routine down.
Yeah, like I said, I think you can do stuff in the gym that you can't do during regular season, or even when camp starts. When camp starts, it's going to be very, very hard ice session. So everyone really took care of their bodies and worked hard in the gym instead.
Because you touched on just the decor staying intact. Seth Jones specifically, what did you notice about him, or what did he bring to the team once he got acquired, and were you looking forward to having a full year of Seth Jones?
Yeah, I'm super excited. First of all, he's just a great guy too, and he's great in the locker room. He's a leader, and on the ice he brings so much for us. Power play and penalty kill, he does it all, and he can play big minutes out there and defend. So we're so happy to have him.
Monday, for a lot of young guys, the way that they can kind of gauge their progress is moving up in the lineup, but in this specific situation, you're here for a long time, but so are Barty and so is Benny. So it's gonna be tough to move up as a center, but still you're able to grow your game. So how are you able to kind of, I don't know if it's an adjustment, but for a young player, when you know that you're kind of locked in a spot, but you're still growing your game, you're still getting better and better every year?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a unique situation for sure. You know, we have a lot of guys staying for many years, and that's you know, great thing for the team. And obviously now when we've been playing well and won twice in a row, it's exciting times to keep the band together. But yeah, I feel like we still have, you know, our lines are so good. So you know, you're a third line, but some nights you play like a first line. You know, it doesn't really matter what number you are. You still just you try to do your best. You wanna be in your head. You're always number one line, and you wanna play like it. So I think to have that mindset every single day, every single practice is gonna take you to the next level, and that's also gonna make you a better player.
Forsling, just to follow on what Tim was asking you about what Chucky said, you know, he was the best defenseman. That reputation has been growing the last few years, whether it's in the media, on the broadcast, like you've grown as that kind of really good defenseman. Does that, do you hear that? Does that, you know, does it escape you? Did that endear to you? Like, or do you just kind of continue to work and it doesn't affect you at all?
I mean, it's always nice to get some recognition, but I'm honestly just trying to stay the same way, play the same way, not doing anything extra or anything special. I'm just gonna try to defend as much as I can and just play hard.
Any other questions?
How's Bo this summer?
He's been good. He's a big brother now. We got another one July 30th, so we got a little daughter. So he's a big bro. He's been unbelievable. He's so kind to her. It's amazing. Yeah, we're very blessed, so we're happy.
What's her name?
Lil, Lill.
Bo and Lil.
Bo and Lil, short names. That's easy.